Hello and welcome to the second video in a series of game development tutorials on how to make your first game in Godot. In this tutorial, we'll be adding in some assets and building our level. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay up to date with every tutorial I upload. Feel free to leave a comment or drop a like. I also have a Patreon page where you can help be a part of this channel, and you can also find all the scripts and assets that we'll use in this series there too, along with plenty of other things. You can also now join as a free member. And now, on with the tutorial. So let's get to work adding in some assets to this scene so it actually starts looking more like a game rather than this grey screen that we have. So if you remember last time, I spoke about making sure that everything is neat and tidy in the file system area. Things can get messy if you don't keep it neat and tidy. So make sure we click on the top level folder, and we're going to create new folder. And because this is going to contain world assets, I'm actually going to call this world assets. So everything within this folder is going to be designed to be level based, if you get what I mean. So they're going to be all the 2D sprites and tile maps that we will use. So now we need to get them into the engine. And that's real simple. As it is with everything else, we can just drag and drop. So I'm going to drag and drop these grass tiles in here and drop them into this folder. And if we go into the folder, you can see them right there. So I will leave a link to these assets in the description and in the pinned comment. Click on it, follow it through, and you'll find the assets. So how do we get these into something usable inside this area here? Well, remember nodes? Well, it's time to go a little further into that. So up here in the scene panel, we can go to node 2D, which is the level, remember? And we need to basically add in a tile map. So if we click plus up here, and if we have a look through all of this, there's loads and loads and loads of things. But like I say, a tile map is based on 2D. So if you go to node 2D, you'll find everything that you can add here. There's a lot of things, but if you scroll down, you will find Tilemap. So make sure it's selected and then click on Create. And over here in the Inspector panel, you'll see things have started appearing. And remember when I said it tells you a lot of information about the assets you're using? Well, here you are. This tells us some information. Now, there is a lot of information here that we don't really need right now because all we're interested in is creating some tiles from our asset that we've brought in. So over here on the tile set, drop that down and you'll see a little list. We need to change it to new tile set. Okay. Now down here, you'll notice this has changed. So this little panel down the bottom will help us out a little bit more. We've set a tile set, but we don't have it inside yet. Now, we need to establish what kind of setting we're going to have with this. You know, how big or how small are they going to be? So if you click on the tile set up here now, you'll be able to see tile size. Now by default it is 16 by 16, and it's up to you whether you want to keep it 16 by 16, but the tiles we are using are designed more to be 8 by 8. They give you a little bit more refined precision when it comes to creating a level with those tiles. So I'm going to change it to 8 by 8 and hit return. Next thing we need to do is bring in those tiles. So down here, you'll see that tile map is highlighted blue. We need to click next to it where it says tile set. And it says no tile set source selected. Well, let's change that. Let's drag and drop these grass tiles into this section here. And it'll ask you if you want to automatically create the tiles. What this means is that Godot will automatically work out where it thinks the placement of the tiles should be, based on the fact we've said 8 by 8. So if we click on yes and raise this up, zoom in, you can see exactly where it has put those tiles. And that works out well for us. And like I say, you can set it to 16 by 16 if you want to, but again, it's just about you finding the right things for you. Like if you want to use different tiles, you don't have to use these tiles that I'm using. You can use your own if you've made your own. That's really cool, actually. Use them. So now what we need to do is make sure that we can get these into our game. And there are more tiles that we can add to all of this, but right now we just need to make sure that we are getting the correct things into our game. So it's not as simple as just being able to drag and drop. Okay. So on our tile map, if we double click again, you see, if you click off it, it doesn't really do much. But if you click back on it, it will bring you into painting tool or drawing tool, whatever you want to call it. And it gives you the opportunity to select a tile and paint. So, for example, let's start with this tile right here. Let's zoom in and you can see there it is right there. Now, as we go along, you'll notice something happens when we put the tiles in, and we may need to do a quick little change, but we'll see how it goes for now. So I can place these like that. I can also select multiple and then place them like that. I can also select a lot of them and put them in like that. I can also hold the right mouse button to erase what I've placed, and we'll put that. I don't like that there. We'll put it there. So remember, you can hold your middle mouse button to kind of move around. So right now we have the opportunity to paint this level however we would want it. And you can do that. You can select loads of things and create it like that. And as I said, that's the beauty of what we're doing here. We can create this however we want. Now, I'm not going to speed this up too much, even though I'm waffling on a little bit. But what we need to do is we need to create basically any type of level. I might actually speed this next little piece up, just to kind of build a little more of the level, and then we'll meet back here in a couple of seconds. Okay, so I've created a quick little level here. It's nothing fantastic, but you'll also notice on the time map that we do have selected, there are some more little tiles at the top. And these can be kind of like detail tiles, and we can use them. So let's add a couple of those into the grass area, just to kind of make it look, a little like it is actually a level rather than just some boring flatness. And again, you can right click, do whatever you need to. And it really is as simple as that to make a reality. I find this the best bit about Godot, creating a level precisely rather than have it generically create. I do love having all of this do it for me. It's so much fun. Just going around, placing all these little tiles, each to their own though. Now, if we were to press play now, I thought we selected that last time. I mustn't have saved it. You'll be able to see that, yes, although we have built our level here, it doesn't look great. It still looks, not quite right. So that's where we're going to continue on in the next tutorial. So next time, you'll notice that this is a little bit blurry. We'll fix that blurriness in the next tutorial. We'll also get our camera in the right position so as it actually doesn't look really small up far in the distance. And we'll also add in some more tile maps to give us some foliage and some backing, topping stuff to our level, like trees and bushes. So remember to subscribe and click on that notification bell to stay up to date with every tutorial in this series. Hopefully, I will see you next time.